Allie Sherlock's story is one that captures both the heart and the imagination. She is widely known today as one of the most talented young singers to emerge from Ireland, but her road to recognition was far from easy. Born and raised in Cork, Allie grew up in a simple household that did not have much money. Despite financial limitations, her family was full of love, togetherness, and values that shaped her into the resilient young woman she would later become. From an early age, Allie showed a quiet strength and a natural curiosity for music. While other children found comfort in toys and games, Allie was drawn to melodies, rhythms, and the emotional power of songs. Her father, Mark, quickly noticed this unusual passion and supported her as best as he could, even when resources were limited. He bought her a guitar and gave her time to practice, making sure she had a chance to follow her dreams. These early steps were the foundation of something extraordinary, but Allie's journey was also marked by pain and loss. At the tender age of 9, she lost her mother, a figure of warmth, love, and guidance. The sudden loss created a deep silence in her world, one that words could never fill. To cope with the grief, Allie poured herself into music. It became her safe space, her way of keeping her mother's spirit alive through melodies that carried deep emotion. The hardship of poverty and the heartbreak of losing her mother became central to her identity, shaping her both as a person and as an artist. These early experiences gave her a unique depth that would later allow her to connect with audiences not just through performance, but through genuine emotional honesty. Allie Sherlock's life story begins in the city of Cork, Ireland, where she was born and raised in a modest home. Her family did not have much money, but they were rich in values such as humility, hard work, and love for one another. From an early age, Allie showed that she was not like other children. While many kids around her played games or spent time with toys, Allie found herself deeply attracted to music. She was drawn to the sound of melodies and rhythms in a way that others could not fully understand. Her father, Mark, noticed this unusual connection to music and did everything possible to support her. Even though the family did not have great financial means, he managed to get her a guitar, making sure she could practice and explore her growing passion. Those small but meaningful acts of support became the foundation of her career. However, while her musical journey was beginning, Allie faced heartbreak that would change her forever. At only 9 years old, she lost her mother. Her mother had been her comfort, her guiding light, and her source of unconditional love. The loss was sudden and devastating. For a young child, the absence of such an important figure created an emotional wound too deep to describe. The silence left behind by her mother's passing was unbearable, and Allie needed an outlet to process her pain. Music became her escape, her therapy, and her way of keeping her mother's memory alive. Each note she played, and each song she sang, carried the weight of her emotions. This early experience of poverty and personal loss was not just became the building block of her character. It gave her depth, resilience, and emotional strength that would later shine through in her performances. While the loss of her mother was already a heavy burden, life brought Allie even more challenges. During her school years, she faced relentless bullying from classmates. Instead of finding safety and friendship in school, she was met with unkind words, cruel jokes, and constant pressure that made her daily life extremely difficult. The teasing and isolation she faced made her feel invisible in a crowded room, and her self-confidence was badly damaged. Teachers often could not see the emotional injuries caused by such bullying, and Allie found herself without a strong support system. Among her peers, this situation added to the grief she was already carrying and made her early years even more painful. By 2016, she had reached her breaking point. The decision was made to leave traditional school and begin homeschooling instead. Though this was not an easy choice, it was necessary for her emotional well-being. Leaving the classroom meant saying goodbye to the predictable rhythm of school life, daily social interactions, and familiar routines. Yet, it also gave her the space she needed to heal, rediscover her confidence, and focus more deeply on the one thing that had always brought her peace: music. Homeschooling required discipline, independence, and focus. But it also gave Allie the opportunity to spend more time practicing guitar and singing. While many children her age were still searching for hobbies, she was shaping her entire future through music. Her father remained by her side as her mentor, guide, and biggest supporter. He not only encouraged her to practice, but also began preparing her for public performances. Together, they decided that Allie should share her gift with the world. And so she began her journey as a street performer. This was the first step in transforming her personal struggles into a source of inspiration and creativity that would touch people worldwide. At just 11 years old, Allie Sherlock bravely stepped onto Dublin's Grafton Street with her guitar in hand. For most children, performing in front of strangers would have been terrifying, but Allie carried herself with surprising confidence and quiet strength. Grafton Street, known for its lively atmosphere and busy crowds, became her stage. She sang with a purity that made people pause in their busy lives to listen. The noise of the city seemed to fade whenever her voice filled the air. Strangers who had never heard of her before found themselves moved by the honesty and emotion in her singing. Many described listening to Allie on the street as an unforgettable experience. These performances were not just about singing songs. In public, they became the foundation of her rise to fame. She was able to connect with people on a deep emotional level, even without fancy stages or big promotions. Soon, she began uploading her performances on YouTube. In 2014, she officially started her channel, and her videos quickly attracted attention. People across the world were captivated by her voice and her ability to make every song feel personal. Her channel grew rapidly, gaining millions of views and subscribers. One special moment came when she performed Ed Sheeran and Andrea Boo's Perfect Symphony with a passerby who challenged her to sing in Italian. Instead of refusing, Allie welcomed the challenge and created an amazing duet that stunned the crowd. This unforgettable moment helped her gain even more recognition and showcased her ability to adapt and shine under pressure. These experiences on the street and online shaped her into not just a singer but also a performer who could touch hearts across cultures and languages. What had begun as a way to heal her grief was now becoming a career that connected her with millions. In 2017, Allie auditioned for Britain's Got Talent at just 12 years old. Her performance impressed the judges and showed the world her potential. However, her journey on the show ended sooner than expected. She reached the second round, but did not make it to the semi-finals, and her performance was never fully televised. For many, this could have been a disappointing setback, but for Allie, it became a stepping stone. She may not have won, but her presence on BGT opened doors to bigger opportunities. Not long after, she was invited to perform at the Miss Universe Ireland event, where she amazed the audience with her voice. Her appearance there gained her even more visibility and strengthened her reputation as a rising star. In the same period, she also received an invitation to appear on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, one of the most popular talk shows in the world. Performing Adele's Million Years Ago on Ellen's stage at only 12 years old was a turning point. In her career, the performance was widely praised, and her fanbase continued to grow. Soon after, she began working with Ryan Tedder, the lead singer of OneRepublic, in Los Angeles. This collaboration opened even more opportunities, including meeting artists like Charlie Puth. In 2018, she signed a 5-year contract with Patriot Records, Ryan's label, which gave her a chance to share her music on a much larger platform. Though her journey on Britain's Got Talent was short, it was only the beginning of a much bigger story. As her career expanded, Allie performed at many famous venues. She held shows at Cork Opera House, Cypress Avenue in Cork, and Dublin's Olympia Theatre. She even performed internationally at venues like the Elbphilharmonie in Hamburg, Germany, enchanting audiences worldwide. She also joined OneRepublic as a supporting act during their European tour, performing in countries such as the Netherlands, Germany, France, and the UK. In 2020, she released her first extended play, which included her moving cover of Etta James' At Last. The same year, she also worked with the Irish Women in Harmony group to record a charity single supporting victims of domestic violence. These projects showed not only her growth as a musician, but also her commitment to social causes. In 2021, she performed on Dave Fanning's concert with Ireland, and in 2022, she celebrated her 18th birthday by releasing her first full-length album titled Allie. This album included 11 cover songs that displayed her emotional interpretations and vocal power. In addition to covers, Allie also began releasing original music. Songs like Locked Inside, written during the lockdown, expressed feelings of isolation that many people could relate to. Another song, Hero, became an anthem of strength and encouragement. Perhaps the most personal of her originals is Listen, a heartfelt tribute to her late mother. Each of these songs revealed a side of Allie's life and emotions, deepening the bond between her and her listeners. With millions of subscribers on YouTube and millions of followers on Instagram and Facebook, Allie Sherlock became more than just a street performer. She became an international star. But fame came with its own challenges. The constant need to produce content for her channel often left her feeling exhausted and burned out. The pressure of balancing personal life with a growing digital career blurred the lines between work and rest. On top of that, cruel online comments and cyberbullying sometimes affected her confidence. However, just as she had faced bullying in school, she faced online negativity with resilience. She continued to perform on the streets of Dublin, staying true to her roots and reminding people of the authenticity that had made her special in the first place. Her decision to keep busking even after achieving fame was a clear sign of her humility and connection to her beginnings. Audiences admired her for not letting fame change her character. Beyond her own career, Allie also expressed a desire to collaborate with her idol, Ariana Grande, and shared dreams of working together in the future. While this collaboration has not yet happened, her openness about her inspirations made her even more relatable to fans. Her story shows not only the power of talent, but also the importance of resilience, humility, and staying true to oneself in the face of fame. Today, Allie Sherlock is seen as an inspiration to young musicians around the world. She has proven that hardship does not have to define one's future. From the loss of her mother to relentless bullying, from financial struggles to the pressures of fame, she turned each challenge into an opportunity to grow stronger. Her music continues to touch hearts everywhere, not just because of her talent, but because of the honesty and emotion she puts into every performance. As of May 2025, her YouTube channel has more than 6 million subscribers and over 1 billion views. She has also built a strong following on social media, with millions of fans supporting her journey. Looking ahead, Allie plans to release more original music, collaborate with fellow artists, and continue inspiring others through her songs. Whether performing on grand stages or on the streets of Dublin, her voice carries the same sincerity that first captured people's attention. Her story is proof that even the most difficult beginnings can lead to extraordinary futures. Allie Sherlock is more than a talented singer. She is a symbol of resilience, authenticity, and hope.